to the sneak peek into coaching on Team Imperfect. I am Anita Bartholomew. I am a health and fitness coach. I have been for a little over 3 years at this point, and so I am just jumping on, and I need to double check to make sure I was having some technical difficulties with live streaming, and so hopefully this is working really well. So my aim for you all tonight is to take some time to talk about a couple different categories of topics that are really the things that I hear the most often from others who, all right, there we go. Sorry, I'm just making sure it works. Who are interested in coaching and they're not sure if it is right for them. So a couple different things I want to talk about tonight. What do I do as a coach? How do I earn money? How do I use social media? And what you can expect from my team culture. And then just like what to expect when signing up as a coach. So first things first, what do I do as a coach? So I, at this point, am a full-time coach, but when I first started, I was teaching full-time high school English, and I was a writing teacher. And so I had quite the balance there. And so, I at the beginning, I just had to figure out my timing. But what I do as a coach, it doesn't matter how much time you have or how little time you have. Essentially, what you're doing is helping people every day get started on their own health and fitness journeys. There's not one right thing for everyone. But what we have as a coach, we have our tools that work for us. And the more tools that you use within Beachbody's arsenal of tools, the more effective you are as a coach, because then you can suggest those different tools to them to help your potential clients see success, whether they're struggling with fitness and finding a program that they get results from, with nutrition. Hint, hint, most people struggle with nutrition, or if it's the whole package, because usually that's kind of the case, because, you can work out and you can work out a ton, but, if you're not on point with your nutrition, you're not going to see the results that you're hoping for. So as a coach, that's what you help people with, and so you pair them up with a nutrition plan and a fitness program that work best for them. If that's going to work best for them, there's some really amazing things coming down the pipe from Beachbody that aren't necessarily all fitness. And so that way we have this whole other group of people who really just struggle with nutrition. They already have a fitness plan, and maybe Beachbody programs aren't the best for them. So we actually have this great tool that's going to broaden our range and be able to help so many other people. And so what we do is run online accountability groups. And within that, it's each coach's choice about how they want to set up those groups. But essentially what it is, it's an online closed group. You can do, like, coaches can choose to run some of theirs through their groups through Facebook, or you can use the My Challenge Tracker app. And that is what I like to use, just because it takes us off of social media a little bit, and it's a little bit different vibe within the app. But that's a free app that goes with it. And so it's really awesome to be able to have that tool. And so as a coach, then I help my clients get the results that they want, keep them accountable. I try to call people out if they're okay with me calling them out. It's like, I know how I learn. I need people to tell me just to get stuff done and to keep me accountable. And that is why my coach was so successful with me, and that's what inspired me to want to become a coach as well. And so beyond that, though, we run these accountability groups and we have our clients that get amazing results, but then it's about building a team under you of similar people to you who want to do the same thing. It's kind of an infectious thing, or an infectious, yeah, that's the right word, of coaching, just because you find that you're like, oh my gosh, these tools are really working, and like, what could I possibly achieve throughout this if I stick with it? And then I help other people. The income and the intrinsic motivation and payback is astronomical. It's amazing. So kind of getting into that, how do I earn money? So actually I want to share a story with you guys today from a fellow coach of mine. And so it was just really, really powerful, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks today. So her name is Katie, and 4 years ago, she was going through chemotherapy because she found out she had like stage 3 or 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which was very scary. And so at that point, she had been a coach, I believe, for almost 2 years. And so she shared this morning, because it was one of those things, this day, like 4 years ago, you have the little time hop from Facebook, and she remembered that morning, she had just gone through a round of chemo. She was really down. She was struggling with her coaching journey because she kept questioning herself, like, who wants to follow somebody who has cancer, and in reality, she is an incredibly inspiring person. But what happened was her husband came down after she did her workout, because she was still doing her workouts, whether she had to modify or, some days she couldn't do it depending on how she felt. But her husband came down with tears in his eyes, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And he asked, because it's Thursday and Thursdays are paydays for Beachbody, and he said, "Have you seen your paycheck this week?" And she hadn't, and so she's going through all of this medical. I don't even understand, like, I don't know what it's like to have medical bills with cancer, but I can only imagine. And she was a teacher at the time, on a teacher's salary, and her husband was in like computer programming. And so I think she wasn't working anymore as a teacher. And he said that her paycheck that week had covered all of her medical bills for that month, and so, but she was like really down on herself because she felt like she wasn't being the best coach. But in reality, like, she had built this organization and this place where there are people who just really genuinely care for you, and you care for them, and you get paid for it, which is incredibly amazing. And even in times when you are struggling, if you build a business, because it's up to you to build your own business the way you want to build it. It's not dependent on me or any upline coach. We provide you guys with the tools to get there and the motivation. It's very much like an accountability group, but it's up to you to do the work, very much like with your health and fitness journey. So how do I earn money? Going through that, it's just like, you help. The idea is that you help 3 to 5 people a month to join your accountability groups and get going there. And so you earn a 25%, oh my gosh, brain fart, 25% commission on most purchases. And you also get a 25% discount on your own products as well, which is really a great incentive to just even sign up as a discount coach. And so within that, you earn commissions, but then, like, you can build an okay business on commissions and definitely be able to pay for your own product and make a little extra money every month. But when you start building a team underneath you, that is when you increase your income significantly. That's what we call residual income. And that's what Katie, my friend, was able to experience, because she had built an organization under her of like-minded women who were on their journeys as well, and were really just doing really amazing things. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure there are no comments on my Facebook feed in the group here. All right, not yet. Okay. And so how do you earn money? And so there are things called team cycle bonuses. So once you have coaches under you, when they earn money, you earn money, but your success is not determined by their success, and their success is not determined by you. So, if you have an upline coach who isn't as successful or isn't as active because of whatever stage of life that they're in, that's okay, because it doesn't matter about how you're gonna do. So it's really just about building this tribe of women, and you can have men too, but like, for me, I am much more comfortable having other women and moms in my team, just because they get it, like, dudes don't get it as much. So sorry, any guys out there. But that is essentially how you earn it. There are like quarterly bonuses if you hit certain ranks, and there's incentives throughout the year that Beachbody just provides, even just by hitting Success Club. And Success Club is kind of our determiner of success, which is kind of funny. So if you were following me on social media, I just got back from the Success Club trip. And so what that means is that I help at least 3 people every month and throughout the year. And I've actually done that for 27 months now, I believe. And so I'm a Success Club All-Star Legend, which is a really fancy name just for saying that I've been helping people consistently for over 27 months. Right? So pretty cool. And so that just is an indicator, like, the higher your Success Club, the more income you're making, the more people's lives that you're changing, the bigger your team is possibly, and so that's just our bench line for being successful in the business. So I always tell my new coaches, your first goal is to hit Success Club in your first month. I mean, right now it's the 26th of April. So obviously, if you were to sign up today, April doesn't really count. It can be the second month you have to. that you've started coaching too. So maybe it's because if you hit Success Club for the first 3 months in your business, so say it's May, June, and July, you actually earn a free ticket to our Coach Summit, which is this year's in June. It's in Indy, and next year the location isn't announced yet, but it's a really good value. It's like $150 plus, just depending on the like time it's being sold. Right now, I think they're about $200 because the price raises as you get closer to the actual event. So it's a really cool incentive just to be helping people get success for yourself right away, and then also earn a free ticket, which is pretty awesome. So there's like those little incentives built in, and I always just want my coaches to do better than I did when I started, because I kick myself so many times because I wish I had pushed a little bit harder, learned a little bit more, believed in myself a little bit more. You know, I struggled with a lot of self-doubt at the beginning, and I still do sometimes. You know, I think that's the nature of being human. You know, and to live and learn. But my goal for all of my coaches are to be more successful than I was when they get started, just because I want you to reap the benefits of being a coach and everything that there is to offer. All right, so next topic, I want to talk about how I use social media. So I know I talked about this a little bit earlier in this group, but when I started out as a coach in 2015, January was my first boot camp. I signed up in March and I started actively coaching in April. I had about 250 friends on Facebook. I was on Instagram, but doesn't even count because I didn't really do anything on it. You know, so I didn't have a big following. It was a bunch of people I knew from high school, family members, that kind of thing. And so that doesn't actually even matter that I didn't have that many followers on Facebook or on social media. What it really matters is that you're using social media to share your journey. You know, the foundation of a coach, we have our 4 vital behaviors. And the first one is being a product of the product. You know, so I share my workout, and I share my Shakeology, and I share my nutrition, and I share all that stuff every single day, whether it's in a post or in my stories. I use my Instagram stories a ton. You know, a lot of you guys probably found me through my stories because I love that platform just because I can be myself. It's not a polished post. Like, I think a lot of people go to Instagram and they see these perfect posed posts all the time. And it's just not always real life. And so stories is a great place just to be you and go from it. But even honestly, in my post, I'm a pretty real person too. You know, sometimes I have better pictures than others, but that's about the difference, you know. And I've just learned how to do that over time. And so the consistency there, and I'm going to talk about consistency a lot, like hitting Success Club consistently, being consistent with your own journey. So like being a product of the product, you know, doing personal development is really huge, and I share about that on social media. Inviting something I do on social media, and I invite people all the time, even through my stories and my posts, and then individually, I really just run my entire business through social media. You know, sometimes I talk to people in real life, but I am a complete introvert, and that scares the crap out of me. And, you know, it's something I've been working on, because I know that you get better at something when you do the things that scare you and that are hard. So, you know, but predominantly my business is run through social media. I would say 98% of it is, you know, and the rest is word of mouth or through friends. But all my groups are either on Facebook or the My Challenge Tracker app, as I talked about before. All of our coach support is on Facebook. We have a lot of groups for support there. And yeah, so social media is kind of like this big thing that I didn't know anything about. A lot of my coaches don't know anything about social media other than like how to make a post, you know. And so that's a big part of the training as well, so that you get comfortable with it. But really, social media is key, and that you have to be consistent in posting and sharing your journey and sharing just life. We're not about pushing product, and we're not salespeople. We share our journey, and we share the tools that work for us, and that's what should come across in your post. So don't feel like being a coach, you have to be a salesperson, because that's not what we are. We are people who are sharing things that we like. You know, it's the same as saying, you know, I have my Apple MacBook in front of me. You know, if I suggest to a friend to get one, it's the same thing as suggesting, you know, Beachbody On Demand. It's a product that you thoroughly stand behind and enjoy and believe in. So why not share it? You know, same thing for anything. Like Shakeology is one of those things that so many people are unsure of, just because they don't know what it's about, and there's nothing else out there like it. And so you just have to share and educate others. And so that's kind of social media. All right, there's a lot that goes within that, and I think that's where I spend a bulk of my time, just learning about like algorithms and different things I can tweak, and spending time crafting posts and that kind of stuff. But if you spend time there, you will see a large return on your time investment, just because your posts are like, more people are seeing your posts, and more people like you are seeing your posts, and that's really what you want in the end, is to find other people who are like you, because who doesn't want to work with people who are like them, right? And you just click with. So it's pretty awesome. So that kind of segues well into what you can expect from my team. I talked a little bit about training, so and team culture. And so my team is Team Imperfect, and we have I don't like to justify like number coaches, like we have a good chunk of team, between 10 and 20 people, and so because as a coach, when you sign up, you can be in it just for the discount. You can be more of a hobby coach where you just want to pay for your Shakeology and make a couple extra $100 a month, or you want to be more of a business builder where you want to make a significant side income or like replace a salary. And so I don't like differentiating my coaches, because you can like weave between those categories however you see fit, because it's your business to do with. But what you can expect is that we have an amazing new coach university that's 30 days. You can go through as much as you need to. It's self-paced in a way. It's kind of like a boot camp. If you've been in one of my boot camps before, there's an assignment every day, and essentially you're learning the ins and outs of being a Beachbody coach. Yes, it is a new business, and it is overwhelming at first. That is totally normal. I think I cried at the beginning, because I'm a person who just like, I wanted all the information right now. And then I was like, oh, what do I do with all this? And so this new coach university really helps you focus on the things that are important, and the things that will help you move your business forward, get the return on your investment right away, and be successful. But you have to show up. I've talked about this already, but you are the determiner of how successful you are in this business. And it's really just being able to use those tools and take what you can from those tools to get success right now. My biggest suggestion really is, as a new coach, there's always that like information paralysis. You want to get all this information before you do anything. But my best suggestion is just to take little things here and there and apply it right away. Because if we don't, we forget. How many times have you said, oh, that's a great idea, I'm gonna do that later, and you completely forget about it? Yeah, guilty. I do it every day probably still, and so really prioritizing your time and getting the most out of your time is what I would love to see from you guys, because I think that is where you will, again, get the return on your time investment, which is something that I've realized as a mom that is so important, and just being able to utilize my time as much as possible. Our team culture, everybody is really, really supportive. And if you have any questions, like there's no question too small you can ask. You can always use Google, man. Google is your best friend as a coach, because there's so much information, but there are so many other coaches out there who are also willing to share and support as well. And then we also have our My Upline's larger team page, which has like thousands of coaches in it and even more support. And that is actually where we use the New Coach University to utilize that. So there are a lot of people in the New Coach University. I'm a member of it as well. So I make sure I go in there and I interact with you guys, support you as you're going. We actually have like a separate side conversation in a Facebook message group. All my new coaches every month, I put them in there so that we can ask questions within that small group too. So it's kind of like a safer place to go, and just as a way that we can stay accountable again, and so that we can just keep showing up, because I don't expect you guys to be perfect, because I am nowhere near perfect. I have good days and bad days, and I think we all have that. But if we remember, it's the same as our fitness journey. As long as you keep showing up every day and working on making it a little bit better each day, you will get amazing results. All right. So I love my team. I love our larger team. I'm like so thankful for it right now, especially coming back from the Success Club trip and being able to spend so much time with all these women who I normally only see them on social media or through technology, and when I actually get to see them face to face, because we are from all over the place, like all over the United States. We have Canada, the United Kingdom. Hopefully we're gonna be like expanding into other countries soon too, because I think that would be really awesome. But you know, so it doesn't matter where you live, where you're from. There are Beachbody coaches everywhere. You can always find support, and it's pretty awesome. So, so my last little thing here, because I want to honor your time, because that's what I'm about to, is really just how to sign up. Because right now, as a coach, this is kind of a really, really awesome time to get in as a coach. No matter if you want to do it for a discount or if you want to be a hobby coach or a business builder, doesn't matter. But there are some amazingly big things coming down the pipe from Beachbody. And so there's a lot of opportunities to reach more people, as I said already, which means more potential for income and really making a difference, because at the long and short of it, we change lives. Like, that's what we do. And it almost sounds cheesy sometimes when I say it, but I'm like, it's so true, because what would happen if you don't ask somebody to join you? What happens when their life changes? You know, I wish my coach asked me about 5 times before I said yes. And, you know, what if she hadn't asked me that 5th time and she stopped on the 4th? You know, I think about that all the time, and I don't know if this opportunity ever would have come past me. So, you know, don't ever be nervous to ask people. Think of, you know, like, it is a gift to give others, and it's a gift that I would love to give you, is of coaching and this community of really strong women. And it's been a life-changing for me, and I'd love to share it with you guys. So we actually have a new Coach University starting this Monday, April 30th, and it always starts the first Monday of the month, but because April kind of ended in a weird spot, starting on April 30th. It goes for 30 days. If you miss days, you can go back and watch them again and redo it. It's really kind of a fluid thing. There are weekly calls where you can plug in. They're all recorded, just like this is recorded. So it's really easy to plug into any of the resources that you need if you cannot be on it live. And that is pretty cool. So to sign up as a coach, you know what, the best thing to do, honestly, is to reach out to me, because there are a lot of different options right now to get set up with, whether it is starting on your health and fitness journey. If you just want to start with your nutrition, you know, there's actually something being released called 2B Mindset on Wednesday of next week, and that is honestly the thing that's going to be a game changer, and you need to be a coach to access it early. And so that's a really awesome incentive to get signed up, so that you can start getting your own results and your own testimonials to be able to share with others with your own journey, whether it's, you know, it's not even whether, it's when you have your ups and downs, because we all have our ups and downs, and we share it when we're our genuine self. That is when others really connect with us and they want to join with us and ask what we're doing. All right. But that's really it. So, like, to sign up as a coach, the easiest thing, it's like you're investing in your own tools. And so there's not even really a coach fee to get signed up, like an initial investment. Yes, there is a challenge pack you can purchase, and it waives the coach sign up fee. It's $40 to sign up if you just sign up as a coach, but why not sign up and get some tools, and then you don't have that $40 fee. You're just paying for the tools that you're already using anyway. It's like a no-brainer. I love the way it's set up too, because it really is encouraging. Like, Beachbody is such an amazing company, just because they really do support everyone, and they want everyone to be successful and to change others' lives and make it affordable for us too. So that's my soapbox about Beachbody at the end there. So if you are interested in signing up, or if you have questions, you know, I'm sure you do, because there's a lot to becoming a coach, especially at the beginning. Just reach out to me, please. Like, message me. You can email me. My email is Anita Bart. That's ANITA BART fitness@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook in the group, whatever works best for you. But I think that is all I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I'm very, very excited about where my team is going this year. We are growing by leaps and bounds. We have some really huge goals to hit, and we want to work together on them, just to make more of a difference in our clients' lives, in our families' lives, and in our own lives too. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I will see you later.